Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaitiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, suspected police mole under investigation. More children diagnosed with heart diseases. And Fiji students protest on ongoing issues.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
In yet another shocking revelation, a police officer has come under the radar for his alleged involvement in the illegal drug trade. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sithiven Ngilio has confirmed to FBC News that an officer is now being investigated on suspicion that he may be a mole tipping off a dealer about drug raids. Akusita Thale reports the police chief will ensure tough action is taken as a warning to others wanting to follow suit.
Brigadier General Sithiven Ngiliho says a member of the police force is being investigated on allegations of supplying information to an alleged drug dealer.
Yes, currently we're investigating one of our officers who is a close accomplice of a high-profile figure who was charged recently in regards to hard drugs. We've looked at pictures and other issues in regards to their closeness that I think I feel strongly that he has compromised his position as a police officer in his involvement with this particular person.
The police commissioner says the public has recently been more forthcoming about drug-related tips because the force has gotten rid of corrupt officers. However, it's moles within the force who are being blamed for betraying the trust of the public.
I will not condone classified information that have come to us being divulged to the perpetrators. Before, the people were worried because some of the information they shared with us in confidence went to the perpetrators again, or the drug dealers, and the drug dealers knew who passed on the information. And I've made my stand on that, and I will not condone dirty cops who will do that. And I will have them removed because they have betrayed the trust of the people of Fiji who provided us the information to be able to make Fiji safer.
He says drug dealers have the money to buy weak officers and some have been dismissed in the past, so it shouldn't be a surprise if there are a few more dismissed in the future. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
The government has welcomed the report from the Multinational Observer Group who was part of the 2018 general election. Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum says this finding represents another historic occasion in our young democracy after Fiji successfully met the high bar set by the free and fair general election conducted in 2018. Kritika Kumar reports.
While acknowledging the MOG report, the Attorney General says the MOG's mandate was clear and transparent as they delivered an independent, professional and thorough assessment of our 2018 election. He says the government has invested historic levels of funding towards the Fijian Elections Office and the Electoral Commission in the interest of enhancing Fiji's electoral democracy. Said Qayyum says the MOG report also recognized the establishment of some new practices which align Fiji with international best practice. Meanwhile, the Supervisor of Elections says they will build upon some of the new practices which were introduced.
It's good, we should just build on it, and a lot of the times you'll find that people who are talking about these formulae and systems lack knowledge in that area, and this is where in the next 4 years it is something that we're looking at to enhance the knowledge of people.
Saneem says recommendations will be considered.
It is an emerging practice internationally now to audit the voters register, and there are some European institutions that undertake such tasks, and we will consider this positively.
As per practice, the MOG report will be tabled in Parliament. The Attorney General says a ministerial statement on the full contents of the report will be delivered in the next Parliament session. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
More children have been diagnosed with heart diseases through various medical camps held by the Sai Prema Foundation in rural areas. In the last 3 medical camps, 200 children were screened and 11 were diagnosed with rheumatic heart disease and congenital heart disease. Pranita Prakash reports.
Sai Prema Foundation Medical Coordinator Dr. Krupali Tapu says they are picking up a lot of new cases during medical camps.
Dr. Marianne Korai, who's a pediatric registrar from CWM Hospital, so she came with our team and did about 75 echoes. So echo is basically a screening of the heart. And out of the 75 echoes that she did, there was one child who was a 4-year-old who was diagnosed with congenital heart disease. Now this child will need to be rescreened when we have the visiting team come in April because this child will most likely need surgery. She also picked up 4 cases of rheumatic heart disease.
Dr. Tapu reveals that in some cases, children do not show any signs of having these heart diseases.
It's also interesting to note that some of the patients that we pick up during the screening are the children who are not very symptomatic. They don't have any symptoms. So they may have congenital heart disease, but they don't really have any significant symptoms. And, you know, the parents may never end up taking this child to see a doctor because they seem okay, they look okay, they act fairly normal, or they seem reasonably healthy.
Dr. Tapu says there is a need for more screenings. She says if cases are picked up early, then children can be treated and they will be able to have a normal lifespan. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
More than 2,000 students of the University of Fiji, Saweni and Samambula campuses today went on protest regarding ongoing issues with the senior staff of the institution. The students claim that a number of issues have been raised in the past which still have not been addressed to date. Felipe Naikaso has more.
These students claim that issues like lecturers not turning up to teach, shortage of chairs in lecture rooms, computers not functional, and shortage of books in the library are the reasons they have decided to go on a protest.
We're taking things step by step. We'll wait for their response, we'll wait for their action. So once that is sorted, then we will actually decide where we're going to move on from there, whether we actually appreciate what has been done by the power from FHEC and Ministry of Education. Then from there we'll actually decide with students.
On Monday, the students submitted a 12-page notice to the governing body of the university regarding the issues and had given them 3 days to resolve the matter. However, the acting vice-chancellor stated that these issues cannot be fixed overnight.
Most of these issues we'll have to take it to the council. The next council meeting is towards the end of March, about 23rd of March. And you know, it will be finally addressed out there. Yeah. So, you know, to the best of our ability, you know, we are addressing them.
The students are expected to meet with the senior staff in the next 3 days. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Still to come, Umgali settlement gets electricity for the first time. And pastor appears in court for alleged rape. Details after the break.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, gongay nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya ondo talita ina warong ng Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambando ay nasere namalon.
Nevang go fani na tao no singa toka, kita ondo talita kana Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
It was a memorable day for more than 100 people of Umgali settlement of Nandi following the commissioning of their electrification project today. An investment of more than $300,000 was made for the grid extension and house wiring project to supply electricity to the remote settlement in Nawai. Details with Felipe Naikaso.
Life will now be easier for people living in Umgali settlement Nandi as they finally have electricity.
I can only imagine the life you had to endure when you did not have this energy source. For too long you have been deprived of the access to the electricity. However, through the commitment of the government to leave no Fijian behind, you and your children will now have the opportunity to enjoy and share the benefits of this important infrastructure.
For more than 70 years, the settlement had to rely on lanterns and generators.
Yeah, very happy, very happy. We are the fourth generation to get the electricity over here.
With the settlement now having electricity, women will be able to buy household items they only dreamt of.
In my 6 years here, I've always wanted to buy a washing machine and other electrical appliances in the kitchen, and that can now be possible from today.
Currently, 96% of Fijians have access to electricity, which is an increase of 7% from 2007. Philippe Naikaso, FBC News.
The church pastor alleged to have raped a 16-year-old girl in Lambasa earlier this year is expected to take his plea next month. Manasa Ulavake appeared before Judge Justice Daniel Gander at the Lambasa High Court today. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
Manasa Ulavake is charged with 1 count of sexual assault, 1 count of abduction and 2 counts of rape. He was to have taken his plea at the Lambasa High Court this morning. However, state prosecutors say they have to clarify some issues with the complainant with regards to the consent aspect of the case. The state wants to know if the complainant had consented to sex, and if so, was it mutual or forced. If the complainant had mutually consented to sex, then the charges will be amended to a lesser charge of defilement. In Fiji, sexual consent given by any child below the age of 13 is still considered rape. Consent given by those aged between 13 and 16 years can be considered as defilement. The complainant was 16 years, 11 months old at the time of the offence. The case has been adjourned to March 5th for plea. Ulavake also applied for bail this morning, which is yet to be heard by the court. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
It's important that health professionals in small island nations are empowered to have the capacity and skills needed for policy making. Speaking at a Pacific Health Governance Research Network workshop in Nandi, Health Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wangainambete highlighted that health must be the mainstream. Kelly Vadala reports.
Formulating the needed policies can help address one of the health sector's biggest challenge, being climate change.
Climate change, a wide range of environmental and social determinants of health, including heat wave, rising sea levels, and other extreme weather events, contribute to a series of challenges, ranging from food security to scarcity of drinking water, and increases in communicable and respiratory diseases.
Dr. Wangainambete reveals that Fiji and Norway will be hosting a side event at the World Health Assembly on climate change and health, where fruitful discussions are expected.
I trust that your discussions will focus on improving communication and feedback between policymakers and the communities in order to translate global, regional and national policies into workable strategies. I can reiterate, workable strategies that encourages climate change adaptation programs in local communities but also on the global agenda.
The minister stresses that research plans developed from the program could evaluate models for building sustainable water systems to ensure there's clean drinking water in all health facilities and schools. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
A 32-year-old woman charged with 1 count of unlawful gaming has been granted bail. Live Naululoa appeared before the Suva Magistrates Court today. It is alleged that on the 9th of this month at the Angel Club in Suva, without lawful authority, she engaged in unlawful gaming. Defence sought bail and it was granted in the sum of $500. The matter will be recalled on April 4th. Coming up in Sports Layer with Jamie, Coca-Cola Games torch relay team to travel to Laos for the first time this year. But first, Kelly is here now with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. BSP reduces its ATM interbank fees. And in growing Fiji, new Fresh Choice supermarket opens in Garden City. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
BSP has reduced its ATM interbank fees. This has made it cheaper for ANZ, Westpac and Bank of Baroda customers to use BSP ATMs. Country head Arun Ali says previously customers from these three banks using BSP ATMs were charged $1.50 for withdrawals and 60 cents for balance inquiries. However, customers will now be charged 50 cents and 20 cents respectively. BSP customers are not affected by this change. Ali says BSP is also working closely with the Association of Banks in Fiji to include Bread Bank and HFC in the ATM interbank arrangement. The reduced fees became effective on February 1st. We now join Snifa with the latest from the money world.
The US dollar made gains against its peers early this morning, bolstered by a rise in US yields. The rise of the greenback, however, had been limited after yesterday's soft US economic data. This included an unexpected fall in core capital goods orders and weak existing home sales, which affirmed expectations that the Federal Reserve will hold interest rates steady. The Aussie clawed back some of its recent plunge on upbeat central bank comments and easing concerns about China's ban on Australian coal imports. In addition, upbeat remarks from the country's central bank chief earlier in the day also boosted the currency. Meanwhile, sterling has swung widely this week as British Prime Minister Theresa May tries to persuade European Commission Chief Jean-Claude Juncker to modify her withdrawal deal and then get the tweaked agreement through the British Parliament. That's all from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
On to the exchange rates. As set this morning, the Fiji dollar showed a gain against our two major trading partners today, but slid against other currencies, mostly due to the continuing strength of the US dollar. Taking a look at the commodities market, the price of oil continued to descend, falling to just below $57 per barrel today. Gold dipped more than $12 to $1,325 per ounce, and silver closed down at $15.83. Online orders and home deliveries will soon be provided by the newly opened Fresh Choice supermarket in Garden City, Rewa. P. McGee Group Executive Director Romit McGee says this is a new area they will be focusing on, considering the increasing number of people using social media in the country. Senyanin Boiler reports.
The rapid increase in the use of social media has triggered the new Fresh Choice supermarket to focus on their online consumers as well.
Actually, we are currently on the process of having the online website and online app that we are currently designing, and we hope that this will be up and running in the next 3 to 6 months.
While officiating at the opening, the Attorney General says the new supermarket will definitely provide competition.
Economy grows, people have more money in their pockets, people become a lot more, not just demanding in a negative way, but they require more services. So online shopping, of course, will become something that will take off in Fiji. And I still think that for the time being, in any case, people will want to do more face-to-face interactions and transactions. But there is a growing market for online shopping too.
He adds more people have embarked into the business industry due to the increasing demand on varieties of supermarket goods from customers. The new branch costs $4 million and is the second P. McGee supermarket in the country, with the third to be opened in Lautoka in July. Sainyani Boila, FBC News.
And it's a staple in the capital city for authentic North Indian cuisine, and it's undergone a transformation. Located within the Old Town Hall Heritage Building, the reinvention of Ashianas has been a labor of love. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
Owner and restaurateur Dhruv Morris says it's taken some 20 years to be able to expand.
Because it is a heritage building, there's a limited things you can do, and some things you can't do. For everything we do, we have to take an approval from the council. Council goes to the Heritage Association or something, and then they get approval from there, then we are okay.
With an investment of more than $350,000, Morris says they are simply responding to what their patrons want.
Try to show to our present customers, come up and have a look, bigger space, because previously all of them said your food is so good, but when we want to come in a group, we just can't come. We can't think of Asiana. We have to go somewhere else if we are 10, 12, 15 people, So I have solved that problem now.
And with the renovations, new menus and 3 new chefs from India have also been recruited. Asianas will officially open their extended restaurant on the 8th of March. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for tonight. Jamie joins you now with all the very latest in sports.
Thanks and good evening in sports tonight. Nandi bank on Matararenga in VPL match against Lambasa.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasari Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji Airways men's sevens coach Gareth Baber has been impressed with the accuracy and physicality of his players ahead of the Las Vegas tournament. Baber believes consistency on the training pitch here in Fiji is crucial to on-field success next week. He adds he was pleased with the players' performance at training and is confident there is more strength and ability in the players to pressurize their opponents. The national team will depart for the US tonight. Meanwhile, Fiji men's sevens captain Kalione Nosoko addressed the media earlier this evening on his recent drunk driving charge in Nandi. Our West reporter Felipe Naikaso was at the press conference and joins us live now. Felipe, what can you tell us?
Yes, Jamie, just a while ago, Kalione Nosoko addressed the members of the media this afternoon, and what he wanted to say was that he was sorry for his actions, which led to his arrest while driving under the influence. He says that it was never his intentions to do what he had done, and he's calling for the Fijian fans or the Fijian rugby fans to forgive him as he can move forward and continue his work on the field. He says it's a great time to always represent the Fiji Sevens team, and he greatly values and cherishes it at every moment. He says it's always been a learning experience for him, and he hopes that this experience will also push him to be a better player on and off the field. He also says that he doesn't want to cause any harm or reputation to the legacy of the white jersey. He's also calling on the members of the Fiji Sevens team, the families and also the rugby fans to continue showing their support and continue praying for the team as they head off to the next tournament. Also, Gareth Baber and the FRU CEO, John O'Connor, also addressed the members of the media, and what they've stated is that they've left all these issues behind and they're now just focusing on the next tournament. Jamie.
Aquila Rokolisoa returns to the New Zealand Sevens side for the Las Vegas and Vancouver tournaments. Returning Nandi football striker Rusiate Matararenga will be a key part of their campaign against Lambasa in the Vodafone Premier League. Matararenga scored 4 goals in their 6-1 win at home over Rewa last weekend, and he hopes to put on a similar performance in the North tomorrow. Meli Tavanga reports.
Rusiate Matararenga was the star of the match in their last outing and is determined to have the same performance tomorrow.
Thank the Lord. Through him, I was able to score the 4 goals. And most of all, it was the hard work done by the whole team. Without them, I wouldn't have scored a goal. And it was good, starting off a good note in my first game. And I hope to continue my performance this week again.
The star striker is opting to upset the Baba Singh Lions in front of its home crowd.
Pasa will be tough to beat, playing in the home ground. They'll be coming firing as they have the home advantage of their own crowd. They'll give us a good game, but we'll go none other less than a win. We'll go for a win.
The Jet Setters are now counting on Matararenga for another uphill battle tomorrow.
He's been a key player for Nandi team last season,
and even his departure was really felt when he was in New Zealand for us, and we are proud that he's back, and the boys are looking for guidance from him, because he's got, he's been in the national team, he's got a lot of experience.
Nandi plays Lambasa at Subril Park at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
The Bar football side is not under any added pressure as they prepare to face defending champions Team Wellington in their opening match of the OFC Champions League in Vanuatu tomorrow. The side left the country yesterday carrying Fiji's hopes at the championship following Lautoka's dismissal. Team manager Arvind Singh says there's a lot of expectations from their fans, but he's confident the team won't disappoint.
All the soccer fans in Fiji, they'll eye on Bar, and they want Bar to win, and they will see how the Bars go. But I'm sure and 100% sure that Bar will do the very best and put a name, Bar's name.
This year, for the first time, the Coca-Cola Games Torch Relay will travel to Laos. Fiji Secondary Schools Athletics Association Secretary Vuli Wanga says this is a good opportunity for students in the Laos group who are not able to travel to Suva to get a feel of the Coke Games. Koroi Tandolala reports.
The torch will be traveling around the country for 25 days before arriving for the opening ceremony of the Coca-Cola Games at the ANZ Stadium in Suva.
Most of them, that would be the only chance for them to be part of the Coke Games. In some cases, people do come up and touch the torch. And if they are not able to come down to the Coke Games, they would say, I touched the torch and all that. So to them, it's a part in the Coke Games, even though they may not be down at the stadium during the 3 days of competition.
Digicel Head of Consumer Sales Charlotte Taylor says they will introduce a new cheer or school chant competition during the Torch Relay Tour to keep the Coke Game spirit alive.
$1,000 cash as well as sporting equipment, which will go back to the school to use. So that's one of the competitions that we're running. 75
schools will be participating in this year's Torch Relay compared to 80 last year. The Fiji finals will be held on the 16th to the 18th of April. Koroi Tandolala, FBC Sports.
Fiji-born wing Joe Singer has been included in the England side to face Wales this weekend in the Six Nations Cup. It was supposed to be one of the most highly anticipated matches of the Super Rugby season. Now some of the excitement has been taken out of the Crusaders Hurricanes game in Christchurch, with several All Blacks missing, injured or resting. Those withdrawals will be offset though with the return of Hurricanes hooker Dane Coles. Toulon's rugby coach Patrice Colazo has come to the defense of under-fire winger Julian Savia. The former All Black was this week savaged by the club's owner over his lack of form. In today's play of the day, the clutch three-pointer by James Harden that secured Houston's 135-134 win over the Warriors in overtime. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather and in new media. Check out the Zanko Smart Pin. Details after the break.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In tonight's new media, incredibly portable, versatile and useful. That's the Zanko Smart Pin. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. We have finally made it to the fantastic Friday. Very overwhelming conditions. It was quite humid as well. But hope you enjoyed your Friday. Less work, less stress and more great weather. Checking the west out for today, a ray of sunshine was witnessed and it stayed throughout. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, sunny spells were bounded. And up north, little gloomy but still beautiful. At sea, southeast winds will gust 20 to 25 knots. For the tides, high tide at 8:55 p.m. with low tide at 3:12 a.m. Sunrise at 6:03. For tomorrow, it's the Good Saturday and there's so much to do on this day. So apart from few showers, all will be fine. Tomorrow's temps, most centers will be in the low 30s. And looking further on to Sunday, more fine weather after light passing showers. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji Pulse tonight, we asked, should the Fiji Rugby Union appoint a local to understudy for Gareth Baber in the future?
I recommend one of the local to understudy Baber.
I think that's a better idea because the local knows what to do and also to help him know what the audience are also and those that are watching.
I believe that there should be a Fijian to assist the Sevens coach because we Fijians, we really like rugby is like a big thing for us, and also a Fijian will always know a Fijian.
It's better to get someone from overseas who knows better.
I think a Fijian can do it because we know the game and how it's played. We should get one local because it will only be costly when compared to someone from overseas.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, Japan is famous for having the longest life expectancy. Recapping the main stories for tonight: suspected police mole under investigation, more children diagnosed with heart diseases, and Uni-Fiji students protest on ongoing issues. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, do you think an environmental hotline will reduce damages to our environment? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day was taken by Sheikh Turukawa, the beautiful coral coast. This visitor is from the Mbembe Spa at the Outrigger Lagoon Resort in Singatoka. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Bula, neva ngo malakai leloma, ngo ngai nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya ondo talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Gue do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere nawaluan.
Neva ngo fane na tao no Singatoka, kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.